Okay, so in this section I will try to maybe cover strings, and just before getting into the string part, you need to understand maybe 2 points. The first will be strings works as a data type in Python, and the second will be string is also a data structure in Python. Okay, so these two things you need to understand first. Okay, now one more thing which uh, I think you need to understand is, and that is, maybe let me zoom it a bit. So the syntax will be like this. There will be single quotations, okay, and or you can use the double quotations, okay, or you can use the triple quotations, okay, the triple quotations. And this is how you can define a string. Okay, so these are the three syntax which you can use. Okay, so let me produce one more cell, and let me show you how. So let's say x with z, it's a variable, and equals to is an assignment operator, so just using single quotations. Okay, so whatsoever will come between these single quotations, that will be termed as the content of the string. Okay, so uh, the string will be ultra learn Manral as a channel for free data science stuff. Okay, and now if I will print it, so you will see the same content. Okay, now if you want to check the data type, so again you have to only type here type. Okay, then you will see the type is a string. Okay, so that's the one way to define a string, the single quotations. Okay, now I'm going with the double quotations, and let's see stuff inside it, stuff inside double quotations. Okay, if I'll again check the type, again the type is a string. Okay, so one more thing is triple quotations. Okay, so let me go with the triple quotations then, and these are the triple quotations. Okay, again if I'll search for the type is still string. Okay, so that's the beauty of defining a string. Okay, that's how you can define a string. Now you might think like, why in the first place we require double quotations, then single quotations, then triple quotations. What is the use? So understand it like this. Let me go like this. Okay, so if I'll say first stop is uh, s, if I'll use, okay, so this thing I'm using. Okay, so if I'm using these double quotations, uh, this notation is valid inside it. Okay, and if I'll use single quotations for it, so this will be a invalid representation. Okay, so that's the first way which you can see over here. Okay, so now for this kind of string, you can see the color has been changed. That means it is not valid. Let me see the type. It will throw an error. Okay, that's the invalid syntax error. Okay, so how that's why we will require these double quotations. We will require these double quotations. That's why now it is saying a string. Okay, so now the type is a string. Okay, so now you might be thinking where these triple quotations will be used. So basically we use triple quotations for commenting purpose. Okay, or maybe for writing the doc string. Before when we make some functions, we write doc string for them, which tells us what that function does. Here we can use these triple quotations too. Okay, so yeah, one of the use of these triple quotations is we inside the function we write maybe what the function does inside these quotations. Okay, that will be the part of when we will be covering function. I will show you. Okay, so that this was the basic of a string. Okay, so how to represent the string and how to maybe what are the different notations. Okay, now this is how we can define the string. Okay, as you have seen, there are three ways, and I have shown you all the three ways. Okay, so now there are some operations which can be done on the string. First thing is the length. Okay, so this is how you will define a string: a variable, assignment operator that is equals to, and then something inside either single quotations, double quotations, or triple quotations. Okay, that will be considered as a string. So this is a string. Okay, now you can see the length of the string. Okay, if I'll say length, and that will be a string. Okay, so for maybe so that you can interpret it maybe quickly, so I will write here only Mukesh. Okay, so now the string is Mukesh, and now I am finding the length. So the length is 6. Okay, the length is 6. So this is 0th element, first, second, third, fourth, fifth. Okay, so as we are starting from 0, so it will go up to 5. Okay, so total 6 elements. That's how string works. Okay, so the indexing starts from 0. Okay, if I'll zoom it bit more for you, so this is the 0th index. Okay, 0th index, first index, the second index, third index, fourth index, and fifth index. As we are starting from 0th index, and last is the fifth index, so there are 6 elements. Okay, how there are 6 elements? So we can see it by length, or just to make it clear, if something will start from 0 and it will go up to the fifth element, so these total number are 6. Okay, the same thing is happening over here. Okay, so here M is having the 0th index, and then again the H is having the fifth index. Okay, so that's how. So the indexing starts from 0 in strings. Okay, this is what you have to that's the third point which you have to keep in your head. Okay, so the first 2 point is string works as a data type and also a data structure. Okay, the second point is you can define a string in 3 ways. Okay, using these different quotations. Okay, and the third point is string, if we will count for the indexing will always start from 0. Okay, and if I'll give here one space, okay, that's the space I have given. Okay, that's the space bar, that's the space I have given, so it will count the space too. Okay, so before there were 6 elements, if there was no space, now I have given one space. So let's see, now there are 7 indexes. Okay, there are 7 elements. So while working with a string, you have to keep in mind that it will count space as in maybe entity. Okay, so that's the thing. Uh, if I'll say only meh. Okay, and now if I'll remove this space, so there will be 9 elements, I guess. Okay, so there are 9 elements, but if I'll give it a space, then there will be 10 elements. Okay, this is what it is telling us. Okay, so space matters while declaring a string. Okay, this is what you have to keep in your head. Just shortening it so that you will understand it better. Okay, so length is 6 now. Okay, so I have removed the what we can say, space. Now as I told you, the indexing starts from 0. Okay, so if I have to go for the first index or maybe the first element, this is the first element, M is the first element. So for accessing the first element of the string, and the string is Mukesh, so for that I have to access the 0th index, because indexing start from 0 in the string. Okay, so the 0th index will be M. Okay, and as there are six elements, so if I'll go for the 6th element, so that must be H. Okay, so let's go for it. And now it is saying string index out of range. Why it is saying string index out of range? There are total 6 element. Okay, and we are searching at the 6th index. Okay, as I told you, see this. This is MUKESH. Okay, so what is happening? This is the 0th index, this is the first index, this is the second index, this is the third index, and meanwhile fourth and fifth index. Okay, that's how it is happening. So now if I will access for the 0th index, okay, so it will show me the first element. Okay, now if I'll, so the length is 6. Okay, so we have to exclude the last we have to what I can say, we have to decrease 1 from the length. Okay, so 6 minus 1 will be 5, and if I will go for fifth index, because here we will give here index number. Okay, so not the length, we will give here index. Okay, so that the fifth index. So at fifth index we are having h. Okay, so it will take h now. Okay, and if I'll say sixth index, there is no sixth index, so that's why it is saying index error and string index out of range. Okay, why out of range? Because there are only five index. Why? Because indexing is starting from 0. Okay, so I guess this is clear to you. Now we can also do reverse indexing. Okay, or we can say negative indexing. So what happens in negative indexing is, so again I have to, maybe let me copy it so that it will take less time. Okay, so what will happen while negative indexing start from -1. Okay, it will go like this: -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, and -6. Okay, so now we can, if I'll access -6, so again it will give me m. Okay, so it is giving me m. Okay, so one thing you have to keep in your head: negative indexing start from -1 and it start from right to left. Okay, right to left. Okay, this is how it is starting. And you can what you can see in maybe in positive indexing, it start from 0. Okay, so these are the two things based on indexing you need to remember. Okay, negative indexing start from -1, and meanwhile you can access element like, maybe if I want to access the k, so it will be at -4. Okay, so if I'll run it, it will access k for me. Okay, that's the negative indexing. And if I'll try to access the same k using positive indexing, so I have to go with 2. Okay, second index. That's how I will access k. So accessing k, if you really want to access the kth element, the element k, there are two ways. One is positive indexing, one is negative indexing. Both will give you the same result, k and k. Okay, so that's the thing you have to put in your mind. So that's how you can access the character. Okay, of an string. Okay, that's how you can access negative indexing and positive indexing. Negative indexing, again, put two thing in your head: negative indexing start from -1 and it always go from left to right. Okay, positive indexing always start from 0 and maybe it will go from left to right. Okay, that's how positive and negative indexing works. Now one more operation you can do. So the above operation was to access some of the element, okay, based on their index. Okay, so you can access the range too. Okay, let me show you like this. Okay, let me show you like this. So I want to access MUK. Okay, so what I will do, I will from 0th index to maybe the third index. Okay, so now what I can see, MUK. Okay, I told you the last index -1, always do last index -1. So you want to access MUKE, you want to access only MUK. Okay, so to access it, you have to give this third index too. Okay, so this is how it will go. I mean to say, this is how it will work. So MUK. Okay, and if you want to access these thing, okay, if you want to access this thing maybe using the negative indexing. Okay, so that's how, maybe wait for a while, that's how it will work over here. Okay, so uh, again we have to go for -3, and, that will be fine to go with. Okay, that's how. So we are accessing from -6 to -3 range. Okay, this is how we are accessing it. Okay, and the same thing we are accessing using negative indexing, and again the same thing we are doing, the last element, uh, like that will be excluded. Okay, the last index will be excluded. So if we want to access first three elements, so we have to go to +1. Okay, that's what we have to do. Okay, so I guess this logic is again clear to you, because if I have to access these first three elements, and you can see that's the second index. Okay, cage as the second index, and if I'll write here second, so it will only access these two elements. Okay, so this is the third thing you have to remember, only accessing these two elements. Okay, so always +1 you have to do. Okay, so that's the third logic. Okay, now you need to slice it. Okay, you can also slice the string. So this is what we were doing over here. Okay, slicing. So if we will give here nothing, so it will start from 0th index. Okay, and up to 6 it will go. Let's see. So this is showing me everything. Okay, this is showing me everything. If I'll write here 7, so again it is showing me everything. Okay, if I'll write here 10, so again it will show me everything. It will never, slicing will never give you error. Okay, if you will maybe demand something out of the index, it will never give you error. Okay, this is the, again, one more point you have to keep in your head. Okay, so maybe if I'll write here 5, so then there will be caveats, because now I am not able to access full Mukesh. Okay, so then again I'll give here 6, and then I can access it totally. Okay, fine. So I guess you can understand it. Now what you can do, you can put both of these things, maybe negative and positive indexing, in play at once. Okay, so how you will do that, let me print the string. So this is the string. Okay, so what I want to do, I want to start from 0th index, obviously from here, and if I am writing here 0, that means I am going for a positive indexing, but again only I want up till here. Okay, up till S. Okay, so what I will do, I will go up till -2. Okay, now it is only showing me MUK. Okay, MUK, because last index is always excluded by 1. Okay, so that's the thing. Okay, this index will always be excluded, so MUK I'm getting now. Okay, so it started with positive indexing. Now maybe this string will be very large, maybe this is very large string. Okay, so let me define one more string for you, just for the sake, so that you will understand. Okay, and that's gibberish, yeah, that big string. Okay, now what I want, basically what I want now, I want something, I want this thing. Okay, up till maybe here. Okay, now if I'll go for positive indexing, I have to I have to count it maybe, or one way will be, I can find out its length, and then maybe I can do some stuff with that. Okay, so but here what we can do, we can combine negative and positive indexing. Okay, so I will start from 0th index, and I will, maybe I want up till over here only. Okay, so I will give it -1 and -2. Okay, so that will be -2. Okay, so starting from 0th index and stopping before -2. Okay, so if I'll run it, so you can see I'm getting stuff up till here only. Okay, up till here I am getting the, I will give it D, so that it will be easy for you to interpret it. Okay, so let me run it again, and now you can see DDS, up till only here we are getting. Okay, So that's the -2. So that's how negative indexing will be helpful in real life. Okay. Now if I really want to count a specific letter, okay, how many times that letter is in our string, okay, so you can use dot count, and inside dot count you can give that letter which you really want to count. So that was that let me again write one more string so that uh, that will be clear for you. No case, and then I am again giving double E. Okay, so there are three of E. Okay, so let me take it over here, and if I'll run it, so that's the string. Okay, now I'm counting the number of E in this string. So just I'm running it, so it is saying there are threes. Okay, so that's how you can count the number of E, or count the number of characters in a string. Okay, so is there a substring in the string? Substring means let me write it like this, okay, and then sub gibberish ad, and then uh, like this. Okay, so substring means, so ad is in substring. Okay, so if I'll give it maybe let me define this string right here in front of it so that you will be able to see it more properly. Okay, so this is what we are doing indexing. Okay, this is how we are getting some of the elements out of it. Okay, so let me do this for you. So these are the, maybe these are let me print it first. Okay, so then I'll show you. So that's the thing. Okay, so first thing what we can do is I will show you. First I am searching for maybe ad. Okay, that's the sub string I am searching for inside this string. So how many times I am having ad? Okay, so if I'll run it, so you can say 6 times I am having ad. So let's check that the first time, second time, third time, fourth time, fifth, and sixth time. Okay, so that's how we can see substring inside strings. Okay, so now one more thing which I can do is, so up till here we are having 0th, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I can go from fifth. Okay, from the fifth element up till this d I have to go. Okay, so I will do the negative indexing from here: -1, -2, -3, -4. Okay, wait, -4, -5 for this, -6 for this, and -7 for this. Okay, so till minus, I will say 6. Okay, so up till here. Okay, so now if I'll print, so now what I am saying, now I have taken maybe sub part of a string. Okay, where I think there is caveat. So inside here, okay, this is the part where I can feel the caveat is. So first I remove this part using indexing, or we can say slicing. This part we have sliced out of this string, and now what we are trying to do is, just I'm taking this sliced part over here. Okay, now I am counting the number of ad. Again, these will be 6 only, but this is what I am telling you, like you can do it like this too. Okay, first I have sliced out the part, and then after that I did a count on that, so it will reduce the time. Okay, you might be thinking why I'm doing this. So it will reduce the time. Okay, somehow execution time will be reduced by only by doing this. Okay, uh, so again, this was the use of count. Okay, now we have to, if we have to maybe find a substring, okay, specifically in this string, So there are two ways to do that. Okay, first is the find, and second way is index. Okay, so you might be thinking why there are two ways, why there are two functions to do that part. Okay, to only find this substring, maybe I want to find again AD. So why there are two functions to do that? Okay, so there are bit difference in these two functions. Again, you have to keep in mind these 2 points. If you will use dot find, okay, so if the substring will be present, okay, so it will return the starting index. Okay, so at this index this AD is present, so it will give us this index only. Okay, so before that I counted the string only by maybe only by manually I counted it. Okay, so these are 5 and then 6, and then I wrote here 5, and then I counted it from here. That's not it's a manual task, and in real time environments you don't have to do this. Okay, otherwise again, why you are using code then? Okay, so to find out what is the index where the first pattern started of AD, for that we have two kind of functions. One is find and one is index. Okay, so what find will do, it will, if the pattern will be here, it will return the starting index, the starting index at which the pattern has been found. And if it will not found any pattern, it will return -1. Okay, if there is no pattern, it will return -1. Okay, same will do the index, but in the return time, if the pattern will be not found, it will give you error. Okay, so that's how these two functions maybe help us. Okay, find, how find will work, so their return type is different. They are doing the same thing. Okay, what they are doing, they are, if there is a pattern, okay, and they are able to find the pattern, they will give us the starting index of the pattern, from where it is starting, that index it will throw. In the case of find, if it will not find any pattern, so it will give us -1 as an output. In the case of index, it will give us error if that pattern is not found. Okay, so let me search for AD, this AD. Okay, so I am using find over here. Okay, so in return, if it will not find this pattern, it will give me -1. So that's the 7. Okay, at the 7th index everything is starting. Okay, so 0th, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. Okay, so that's how it is telling us. At the 7th index it found the first pattern. Okay, if I'll give it maybe the pattern as maybe Lala. Okay, so there is no pattern like Lala in this string, so what it will do, it will give -1. Okay, see, it is giving -1 as an output. Okay, if I'll do same thing with the index. Okay, now I am searching Lala for the index, so there is nothing as Lala in this string, so it will throw error. So that's the difference between find and index. See, it is giving error, value error, not found. Okay, and if I'll give it AD, so again it will do the same task. It will give us the first location where AD pattern has been found, that is at the 7th location, at the 7th index. Okay, so that's the difference between index and find. Okay, these both functions will find the pattern and will give in return the uh, initial index where that pattern was found. And there is a bit caveat in both of them in their return type. If the pattern is not found, find will give us -1, index will give us error. So based on that, you need to understand where to maybe uh, use both of them. Okay, based on your return type. Okay, if the pattern is not found. Now you can go with ends with. Okay, again one more function which you can see over here. So wait, again we are having, again I guess there are some caveats with my internet, I guess. mm, so let me see it. Okay, let me see if this is recording. Yeah, this is recording fine. This is recording fine. Okay, so let's go with this again. Okay, so ends with. Okay, so this is what we have to go with. uh, let's see how ends with function works. Okay, so let me first go with the string. So this is the string. Okay, and if I'll say does this string ends with sd, okay, so it will give me the value as true or false. Okay, so it is saying yes, this string is ending with sd. And if I'll say is this string is ending with ds, so now it will give me a false. Okay, so that's why ends with works. Okay, so uh, that's the, I guess that's the main part of ends with and starts with. Okay, so maybe we can anyhow ignore it, because again wait for a while, some caveats in between. Let's start. Okay, so you can go with start with and end with. Okay, these are two functions you can use. Just I have shown you ends with, and the same way starts with will work. Okay, now you can convert this string to uppercase. Okay, so again I will take one more example for maybe for proper understanding. Okay, so let me produce one more cell if possible. Okay, and I will say string equals maybe. Okay, so that's our string. Okay, so let's go with this function string dot upper. Okay, so now this was the string. Okay, and again some internet issues. Okay, so again this is the string. Okay, this was the string, and what dot upper function does, uh, like every word is in now in uppercase. Okay, and there is bit difference between upper and capitalize. Okay, so in capitalize first only the first word will be maybe uppercase. Okay, so let me reassign this Mukesh string to this string variable again. Okay, just to make sure I can show you the capitalize, how capitalize will work. Okay, so if you will see the string, so still you can see this this is in lowercase. Okay, and if I'll use string dot upper, so everything will be in uppercase. Okay, so everything is in uppercase right here. Okay, and what will be the difference between upper and the capitalize? In capitalize only the first word will be capitalized, first letter. I must say the first letter will be capitalized. Okay, so see, only the first letter is capitalized over here. So that's the difference between capitalized and upper. Okay, so these are the small differences which maybe I'm showing you. Uh, these will be bit useful in application part. Maybe not today, but maybe in some implementation these will be helpful. Okay, so that's why I was convinced to show you maybe this upper and capitalize. Okay, and again uh, let me go with is lower and is upper. So again you can see these thing will give us their return type will be in true or false, 0 or 1. Okay, so let's first see what is the string, how the string looks like. Our original string, that's all the lowercase. Okay, So if I'll say is lower, it will say true. Okay, so string dot is lower and it is saying true, so that means everything is in lowercase. Okay, so if it will go like string is upper, so it will say false, because there is no uh, maybe uppercase, okay, in the string. Okay, and one more thing which I want to do, I want to just write this string as like this. Okay, where we are having only uh, one uppercase. Okay, now if you'll see, now it is saying false. Okay, so that means it is looking for every element in the string. Okay, if even a single element is of uppercase, it is saying, it is returning back false. Okay, and same will go with is upper. Now this time it will go again false. Okay, why? Because every element is not uppercase. Okay, now let me do one thing. Let me give it, let me put every string as uppercase. Now is lower will be false, and now is upper will be true. Okay, that's how it is. Okay, now one thing you have to put in your head is, if even at least even a single word will be in uppercase, so is lower will give us false. Okay, and again for is upper, okay, everything must be in uppercase. Okay, so this is what you have to keep in your head. Then we have is numeric. If there will be some numbers, then let me show you like this. Okay, so it will give us true. So this is alphanumeric. Okay, there is one alphabet and one number, so it will give us false. Okay, so again it will give us false. So again I am not writing one string, so what I would have done is, I would have given it a character or a variable. Okay, and I would have given this thing to a variable, and then I would have compared this variable by writing here where dot is numeric. Okay, the thing is same, either write it directly in front of it or maybe write one new variable for it. Okay, the thing is same. So that's the thing. Now is alpha, uh, are there all the alphabets? So yeah, true. And then it is not alpha, it is alphanumeric again, so it will give us false. Okay, so there are some alphabets, there are some numerics, so that's again it's false. And again then there is one more thing, is alphanumeric, ALNUM. Okay, so yes, it will give us true because this is alphanumeric. Okay, so that's the true alphanumeric. Then again is this alphanumeric? No, it will give us false, so I would have done it like this too. So again this will be useful to understand. Okay, again false because there is no I guess number. If I'll put 1 over here, now it will give us true. Again it is giving us false. Okay, so why? Because it is asking for is alpha. Okay, so let me run it again, and now it is saying true. Okay, that's the thing. Again one more thing you can find over here is dot replace. Okay, so let me write here C++ is easy to learn. Okay, so that's the string. Let me give it a new variable. So that's how our string looks like. uh, that C++ is easy to learn. Okay, so now what I want to say is, I want to replace C++, okay, with we can say Python. Okay, so replace the element to replace and by which. Okay, and then again what I will do, I will print the final string. Okay, after replacement. So what is the problem? Let me run it again. Okay, no problem. Print the string. C++ is easy to learn. Then I want to replace C++ with Python. So why this all is happening? Some caveats I can see. Wait for a while. Uh, so one more thing you can do, you can click inside it and you can press shift and tab. Okay, that will show you maybe how this function is taking all these arguments. Okay, so maybe object you can say. So what it is saying is string dot replace. Okay, and you have to replace old with new. Okay, so this is what it is showing us. So what it is, okay, so that's the problem. So it returns a copy with all the occurrences. Okay, so what you have to do, you have to save that thing, string one, and then if I'll try to show you string one, that's how it will show us the changes. Okay, so you can no, you cannot directly because it makes copy, it produces copy. That's why I understood why it was not working. So we have to save it inside a new variable and then we can print it, or we can save it inside the old variable. That's how it will uh, replace where this old string variable was maybe pointing out to which location, to which memory location, to which memory location, and now it will point out to a new memory location and I will print it. So it will show us the change memory location. Uh, now it is pointing out to a new memory location, that is where the Python has been replaced. Okay, so that's the thing. Now one more thing which we can do is we are having this string. Okay, now the new string is Python is easy to learn. Okay, so if I'll take this string, okay, let me take this string and I will split it. Okay, dot split, we are having dot split function. So see, and if I'll show you the type, okay, so that's again a list. Okay, so it has splitted every word inside a string and it is returning a list. Okay, this is what you have to understand how dot split works. Okay, so again dot split is very useful in real life, so you have to maybe practice it one more time. Okay, so now one more thing, dot split easy. Okay, so uh, let me give it a string variable. Okay, so now I have to split it from easy. Okay, from the word easy. Okay, so see, now there is no easy, now it have removed it. And if you really want to understand, again I am telling you, go inside it. Okay, go inside it like this and press shift tab. Okay, now you will understand. Okay, so return a list of word in strings using sap as the delimiter string. Okay, so it will eat up on which you are trying to split on. Okay, so we are trying to split on easy, so it will remove easy from here. Okay, and then it will split. Okay, so I guess this is more than enough to understand uh, in a string. You need not to learn much on it, and if really you want to learn, I'm going a bit up in this notebook and mm, let me get more up there where I have shared the link. Okay, so I have given you this notebook in the link section. Okay, so in the description section you can go there, you can access this notebook, no worries. You can go to this more section, more resources, you can click it and it will take you to the documentation, and here you can understand everything about list. Okay, so uh, these are all the boolean operations, and again everything you can uh, maybe access because this is the documentation and everything can be accessed from here. So always prefer documentation. This is what I always prefer, because this is the best thing. uh, like if you know how to read the documentation, everything will go fine with you. Okay, so there are operators, their meanings, and everything you can find over here. Okay, so this is the string methods. Okay, so capitalize, case fold, so you can use them. Okay, just I have shown you the most used. Now you can use other string methods. Okay, so how to find it? Nothing you have to do much. You have to again control F. There will be a finding box like this. Okay, and you have to type there str. Okay, now every string thing will be in front of you. Okay, or maybe type here string completely and you will understand where it is taking you. Or maybe if you really don't want to do this thing too, just go to the top left section over here. Okay, here you will find every topic. Okay, so this is how you will understand. So text, sequence type, string methods. Okay, so read all of this stuff. So I have given you the basic intuitions, the things which are being used mostly in the industry as in data scientist, which I have used. You can simply go with other documentation and stuff to understand everything in much deeper maybe way. Okay, so just I'm maybe getting out of here, and yeah, you can go with this string thing. And after that I have given some of the we can say problem statement over here on a string. You can solve them too. Okay, I have no issue. Just I am given some of the, you can go through this notebook and you will find some of the problem statement and you can solve them to maybe uh, make this topic rock solid inside your head. Okay, so let me stop it. We'll see you in the next session.